It's rainy season. The garden is soaked. We had rain all day yesterday and overnight last night into this morning. And look at my garden. Look at my brassicas. They're holding up pretty well. And those are red onions. So more brassicas over here. Everything is growing nicely. My elderberry. That's one of them. This is another small one. And this is another one. And that's definitely 2 or 3 different type of elderberries. That's my lemon balm. One of my bee balms. My mint is coming back. Spreading a little bit. But that's okay. That's good. I need production. That's what I'm looking here for. Production in my garden. I have the space for it, so guess what? I'm gonna let it do what it do. These sage here is coming back nicely. My ginger that I put in the ground about 2 weeks ago is doing well. I started growing that indoors, but I have it now back here in the ground. Everything is starting to get really nice and green. My grapes is starting to leaf out. See that? That's a buncheon grape right here. This little thingy right here is buncheon grape. That's as early as you can see it. And this is what the vine looks like. It doesn't have much growth in it, but it's alive and well. And all of these little buds here, they're buncheon grapes that's coming out. Let's check another vine. Oh yeah, we're gonna have lots of grapes. And I like eating the young leaves of the grapes in a salad or so. It has a kind of tart taste to it, but look at this right behind here. It's hiding. I don't know if you guys can see this, but these are, I'm gonna have to take one off because there's 2 of them here. But either way, now these plants here, I'm gonna be putting them in the ground. This is a Chicago hardy fig. This is an aronia berry. This is a goji berry, and this is a kiwi. I'm gonna have 3 kiwis. Okay, but this is one, and this one is self-fertile. The other 2 that I'm going to be planting, well, one of them needs a pollinator, so that's why I got the 2. I'm going to plant this all here in my orchard, and I'm going to have a diverse variety of fruit trees. And some people call it a food forest. I don't necessarily use the term food forest because where I come from, we planted everything on the land that we had to plant on. So that's what I'm going to continue to do. I don't necessarily need to adapt to the name food forest, but that's basically what this is going to be. All different type of fruits in my space. So I'm going to fulfill what I set out to do and how I want to set myself up to survive in the space that I have. Now this brown turkey is established, as you can see. I did take some cuttings off it, and I did share some cuttings with some people, but it's established and I feel confident that it'll survive in the ground because it is cold hardy. So I have here a spot that I dug for it to put it in the ground, and I'm going to go ahead and do so. Oh, somebody's laying. Thank you. Egg production is off the charts around here. And as you can see here, I did The dead leaves from last season, they're in here breaking down. But these, look how thick this is. Really good, strong plant I have here. So I'm excited to put this in the ground and let it grow and produce to its fullest capacity. Now this has been in here for 3 years. So I'm going to just push on the container, turn and push and turn and push just to make sure it loosens up from the sides. Because like I said, this has been in here for a while. I hope I don't break it. Look at that, y'all. This thing needs space. This is the root right here, coming out at the bottom where we made the holes. So it's time for it to go in the ground. Man, I'm telling you, filming what I'm doing in the garden is a lot of work because you have to multitask. So I loosened up this plant and I'm gonna now take it out. Now it's sitting upright. I'm gonna take it out of the container with one hand. I want to get a good grip. Well, with my knee and a hand while trying to film it. So now it's out and I'm going to show you guys what the root system on this bad boy looks like. Okay. And deeper in here, there are some thicker roots. I'm not really gonna bother them too much, but I'm gonna knock some of that soil off the bottom of it. Put it off to the side. I don't know. I don't want to disturb the main root. This looks like a pretty thick root here. Look at this, y'all. Wow, this is awesome. I want to take some of this off, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And look at this, I planted this, and this is compost. This is all compost, soil that I created from chicken droppings, kitchen scraps, and this soil is always nice and dark. I'm on my knees and the ground is soaked from the rains, but I'm going to disturb the root a little bit. And I do that so that it will send a message to the plant that it needs to start kicking into action and growing into its space and its inner energy, and start growing and producing more. This is pretty much like really fine roots here. These ones are thicker, so I'm not going to disturb these. Alright, I think that's good enough. I might have to go a little bit deeper with the hole. I'm going to try it out and see. First, this thing is heavy. Ay. You know what? I might just have to fill this in the way it is. Doesn't look too bad in there. I don't think I should go deeper. I'm probably just going to build up the soil around it. I don't feel like I want to go deeper. We'll see what happens. Well, I broke a little bit off. And these are probably going to grow. I might just root them. Not that I need more, but I'll I'll probably root those. Alright, so the fig is in the ground. I didn't water it in because it was outdoors all night, and like I said, we got rain all night, so it's properly watered. But yeah. Once I see some fig buds on there, I'll give it some chicken compost and it's good to go. So here it is, y'all. I have this other fig right here, and this is a hardy Chicago fig. I'm gonna put it, obviously it's smaller, so I don't have to go through what I just did. And I'm gonna find a spot, put it in the ground, but let me just take you to my fig trees that I'm doing an experiment with. I put them in ground last year. I don't remember what the variety was because they were just cuttings that I took from one of the original fig plants I have, which it's labeled. The original is labeled, but the cuttings that I took, I didn't label it. But either way, we had a mild winter, and I decided, you know what, I'm gonna try putting figs in the ground because I've seen it somewhere, but I didn't know what variety of fig that was. So here we go. We're gonna do the test to see if it survived. So I have it right here, but it's milder out now, and I have removed all the leaves that I had right in the stool here. And already I noticed how this is all dried out, but if you look closer in here, I can see a bud right here. I don't know if you can see it. There's a bud coming out right here. I can see life in this plant still. There's another one coming out here, right here. So there's life in it. And I am excited about that. Ooh, y'all. Look here. Look. It survived. It survived. Wow. I'm excited about that. I'm not sure if it's gonna survive a bitter winter because like I said, we did have a mild winter this year. We did not get a lot of snowfall that stuck. Once the snow fell, look at all those worms. Once the snow fell, it melted right away because, you know, the temperature was very mild. So there's life in this one here, and I'm happy about that. I'm hoping to have some figs from it. Look at this. This is growth from that fig. So I'm just gonna let it find its way up, and I'm gonna cut these. I'm gonna get my clippers and I'm gonna cut all these dead. I'm gonna do the scratch test. Yeah, this is all dead wood. Yep, it's dead all the way there. I like to do the scratch test. Oh, it's green right here. So I'm probably gonna cut it up to here where this like joint, this mark is, and let it do what it do. Now we are gonna go on to my second fig that I overwintered in the ground. And don't ask me what the variety is because I don't remember. I didn't mark it. I don't know. Alright, so this one still has the leaves and so around the base of it. And so I'm gonna go in here and see what I find. Okay, this looks like good wood already. And I can see buds right here. So I can still see life. Scratch test shows me that there is life in here. So I'm gonna go a little bit deeper. I don't see anything growing. But I see greenery in the stem. I do not know what's going on here. I know I see a worm. But, okay, there's something back here. What is that? Okay, I see a little bud coming out in the back. Right here, that's a bud right here, coming up from the ground. But look at the wood, guys. It survived the winter here. This is probably all dead, as the first one I showed you. Dead or dying. Yep. So I'm gonna have to clip this off. And now I've learned that I should probably cut it all back down to the ground, because I got that idea from D-Mood. He told me that he would usually cut his figs all the way back. So, knowing now that I did this experiment to overwinter these figs in the ground, and the wood comes out dead in the spring, but there is life coming up from the ground, then I know I can actually cut back all these stems. I also have another one that I put in a container. No protection or anything. No leaves to protect the root system. And like I said, this was just an experiment. So I'm going to do the scratch test here. And this is all dead. I didn't expect this one to survive. But I'm going to go in lower and see in this container if there was... I don't see any, if there's any growth or any signs of life in here. I think this one's a goner, because even down to the base here, it's all dried out. And like I said, this was just an experiment. Let's see. I'm still gonna go deeper because that's who I am. I'm gonna look deep within just to see. I might just take it out of the container to really see what's going on in there. This was just a piece of bamboo I had attached here to keep it upright in the container. Okay. Alright, we can take this bamboo out. Oh, I have another one here. Alright, now that this bamboo is out, I'm going to remove this from the... It looks dead. It's dead, y'all. So this one did not survive. And this is the verdict, I guess. That is quite alright. But I have two that I overwintered that made it through. These two, I have them in ground. And I did protect both of them with the leaves. So this one right here did not make the cut, and that's okay.